Sometimes it's usually flipped. I'll get YouTube going, won't get Facebook going, or the other way around. But just now got YouTube going. So welcome 5 minutes or more with Pastor. It is Saturday morning, May 30th. May 30th, and after a few days of sunshine and heat, it is a little cooler today. Some thunder had been rolling through. I think we're due for quite a bit of rain and thunder and lightning today, which is, the rain isn't unusual. The thunder and lightning maybe a little bit. But 5 minutes more with Pastor this Saturday morning. Let's get started. Psalm 36 is where we are. And I want to just read verse 7. It says, "How excellent is thy loving kindness, O God. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings." I was only 8 years old when the massive fires ripped through Yellowstone National Park. From my understanding, at least up to that point, I'm not sure if it's changed up to today, but at least up to that point, it was the largest fire in a national forest that's ever been, and it ravaged a lot of that area back in 1988. And obviously, once that fire was over, there were so many whatever they are, park rangers, fish and wildlife, those guys that kind of went to check the damage and to see kind of what things looked like. And one of those park rangers, the story goes, as he was making his way through the forest, he saw perched underneath a tree, a perfectly petrified in ash, a bird. A bird had been perfectly petrified in ash right there under that tree. And the park ranger obviously had seen plenty of death of animals and trees and life and all that kind of stuff there in the park, but he was really, really kind of disturbed by that bird just standing there almost like it were alive but petrified. I mean, it was right there just like it would be in life. And so he was so disturbed by it that he picked up a stick and he went over there just to kind of disintegrate it, knock it over, and not have to look at it anymore. And when he did that, when he poked it and it fell apart, three little chicks came running out from under that bird, and had realized when he did that there was a mother who had, with her wings, covered her chicks and bore the brunt of that fire so that those little chicks could live. Jesus said in Matthew 22 and verse 37, he says, "How often I wanted to gather my children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you would not. You weren't willing." This is the picture that David shows to us here in this moment. It's the protective care of a mother bird over her young that he's using to describe how God cares for us. And in reality, what happened with this bird was because that mother, who, by the way, could have flown away, she could have gone. She could have tried to get away. She could have tried to perch herself somewhere else. She could have tried to escape. But because the mother was willing to die, those who were covered by her wings lived. And I want to encourage you with something this morning. I want you to think about something. Jesus died so you could live. We are under the cover of his almighty wings, and your life is so important, and your life is so precious, and your life is so valuable, that Jesus was willing to take the worst fire and the worst pain and the worst difficulty so that you could live. And so throughout the days and weeks, maybe when you get frustrated, when you get down, or you feel like life isn't worth living, or you feel like maybe you're just a giant waste of space. And I don't know if people ever feel that way. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But can I tell you something? You're valuable enough to God that he would cover you with his wings, that he would die for you so that you could live. And I hope you're encouraged by that this morning. And I hope you live today and in the days to come as one whose Savior laid down his life for, and that we would live worthy of that name, Christian. Hope you have a great Saturday. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Sunday as we worship the Lord together in John chapter 2 and our sermon series, Come and See. Again, a familiar story maybe, but maybe we haven't thought through the details. This is one of two times we're going to look at where Jesus cleanses the temple. And we're going to look at kind of how he does it and why he does it, and how that applies to us. We invite you to come and see that. And then tomorrow night, we have a few more Q&As that should be fun. And jumping back into the book of Habakkuk, it took us a couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks, to get through Habakkuk 1, chapter 1. But tomorrow, we're going to work our way through Habakkuk chapter 2 and start to see a little bit more of that unrolls in our sermon series, A Certain Faith in Uncertain Times. And so we hope to see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. We'll talk to you guys later.